Hey, good afternoon, church. Today I want to talk to you about something that is essential to our walk with God. And this is tithing, and that's it's one of those things that people have an issue with. Some say it's outdated, something from the Old Testament. But I want to tell you that tithing didn't end with Jesus. It's still relevant and needed today. So let's start by looking at what is tithing. Tithing is 10% of what we earn, giving it back to God. Okay, it's the basic form. We see it as early as Abraham, who gave a tenth of his spoils to Melchizedek, the high priest, in Genesis 14:20. Then in Leviticus 27:30, the Bible declares that a tenth of everything belongs to the Lord. But some wonder, doesn't the New Testament change this? Listen, church, Jesus didn't come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. That's Matthew 5:17. When he speaks about tithing, he doesn't cancel it. He emphasizes it alongside justice, mercy, and faithfulness. See, he tells the Pharisees in Matthew 23:23 that while they're careful about tithing, they neglect the more critical matters of the law. But notice what he says next. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former. So Jesus himself said to continue tithing. Why is tithing so important today? It's not just about finances. It's about putting our trust, our obedience, and putting God first. See, God says in Malachi 3:10, bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it in. When was the last time God invites us to test him? You don't find that often in the Bible, but he says it right here. So tithing is our way of saying, God, I trust you more than my money. See, tithing is also about blessing others. When we tithe, we fund ministry. We help the gospel go forth, support the church, and impact our communities. So that's where lives are changed. People are fed, the broken find hope, all because of tithing. God uses it to expand his kingdom. Some might say, well, the New Testament is about grace. That's true. But grace doesn't lower the bar, it raises it. If the Old Testament asked for 10%, what does grace demand of us? It calls us to generosity from the heart. You'll find that in 2 Corinthians 9:7. So the heart behind tithing is the New Testament isn't one of obligation, but of joyful giving. It's saying, Lord, you've given me everything. I'm giving back a portion as an act of love. Tithing is not just for the church, it's for you. See, God promises to bless those who are faithful in giving. That blessing may not always come as financial gain, but in peace, joy, and provision beyond what we can imagine. See, I've seen God work in miraculous ways when people tithe, and I know he will do the same for you. So today, church, I challenge you, if you're not tithing, start. If you've been unsure, take God at his word and test him. Let's be a church that gives, that trusts, and that watches God's hand move in ways we've never seen before. I say amen and amen. Church, I hope you get something out of this. I hope this clarifies some things for you and gives you answers for this about tithing. It's still for today, church. It is still for today. May you be blessed and God be with you. Amen.